Doctor's in. You're here at the Grove Show. I'm trying something different this week. I'm putting a chat there in the bottom. I don't know if it's big or small. I just figured I'd try it out this week. And if it doesn't work out and it sucks, we won't do it. But I figured just because of... just to try it out. Just to see what pops up and see what people see. I don't know if it's big enough, small enough. I don't know. We'll play the game. Hey, Costa Kev, what's up? What's up, Theme Park Studios, Lindsay Entertainment? What's up, Lugo? Yeah, so, yeah, we'll try. I don't know if it looks good, if it looks stupid. I just put it off in a corner. We're just trying different things to see what works, what doesn't. Oh, excuse me. So you got a copyright strike. It's weird. It's like sometimes I get like some kind of copyright thing, like if there's stuff in the background, but they're like, oh, don't worry about it. It's not an actual strike. It's just kind of like whatever. I don't know. YouTube's getting crazy with stuff. I've been seeing people that do like other video podcasts like this in different genres, and they're getting like 3-month bans for stuff, and it's getting crazy out there. They're really cracking down on stuff. I don't know why, what, and whoever, and all that good stuff. I don't know. I don't know what's going on out there in the YouTube world. That's why I'm trying to keep it as family friendly as possible on this channel. I don't want things to go bye-bye, you know? It would suck. All the work that we've put in and then have it get all knocked out of whack. I don't know. But anyway, so this week we're going to try and do things a little differently. Well, maybe not differently, but something different. I'm going to go through some of the rumors of stuff that's going on. You know, nothing's confirmed yet because they haven't done announcements. So it's all the stuff that I've written down. Only a few things. And then I'm gonna do my my Six Flags prediction. You know, of all the parks. Not the one, not like Darien Lake or anything like that, but the actual Six Flags parks, and then we can go back to this. You know, after the announcement, see how close I was, how off I am, so on. You know, we'll see. We'll play along, and then everybody else out there in TV land can join in on the fun. And if you know, if you think I'm wrong, by all means, shout it out. Say no, I think it's this. By all means, we can do that. We can have fun with that. It'll be fun. So yeah, we're just gonna try different things. Also on the news front, I acquired another pinball on Friday. So I had Guardians of the Galaxy when I came back from Fantastic, and then a deal came up that I could not refuse. It was just it's Total Nuclear Annihilation. I actually kind of crappedly, as I would call it, streamed it off my phone instead of like my usual setup that I do. But it's put out by Spooky Pinball, and if you want one brand new, it's like a 10-month wait for it. Because now they're in production with Alice Cooper. So I decided to pull the trigger and get this now. Obviously used, not brand new. And tell the childrens I say hello, Mr. Costa Kev. So yeah, this is, I'll just move it real quick so you can see. I don't know what you can, I gotta pull up the screen here so I can see what you see. Yeah, that one right there. Total. Yeah. It looks like an old machine, but new. And it's crazy, and it's fast ball times. Luco was playing it. It has a cool like soundtrack. You can actually like download and buy the soundtrack to the machine, and you can also listen to it on YouTube and all that other stuff. It's got like that 80s theme kind of thing, and it's supposed to blow up. You know, there's like 9 nuclear reactors. You gotta blow. I haven't done that. I've gotten like 2 the most, and I finally hit 2 million points on it. It's really hard to do, but yeah. So that was the new thing. The only reason why I'm not adding Darien Lake and Frontier City to the list of predictions is because we all know, for the most part, the Six Flags parks go in a rhythm. For the most part. Sometimes they kind of throw a curveball and they do things different. But for the most part, Six Flags does things in a rhythm. And since Darien Lake and Frontier City are somewhat new again to the thing, they haven't been on in the flow of things that they do. So I'm leaving it out just for this year, just to see what they add, and then try to play the guessing game. I mean, we can still play the guessing game with Darien Lake and Frontier City, but because when they acquired them this year and the next year, they're officially like branded the Six Flags, so to speak. You know, as they're going to run the parks, they're going to manage the parks. So I wrote down for the core parks that have been there for the longest time, and I'm just going to run through what I think is going to come this year based off of you know, I looked at what the parks have gotten in the last like 3 or 4 years. They're always on a 5-year cycle, and then I look at what the need for the parks. That doesn't necessarily mean everything, but I look at the rhythm that they've been having and what they've been putting in. Now, I know all parks are different, and I know sometimes, like, I'll give you the example. Last year, we weren't supposed to get the Joker up at Six Flags New England. You were supposed to just get the new trains for Mind Eraser, and that was basically it. And then last second, corporate goes, "You're getting a Joker." So that's just, you never can tell. Some things get thrown in like that, and it'll be neat to see what I think and then what you guys think. I mean, what we'll do is, so mind you, when I make a prediction about Darien Lake and Frontier City, I did absolutely zero research on those two parks. So when we get into that, and then after we go through the Six Flags parks, then I'll just throw something out there, you know, for Darien Lake and Frontier City. Probably going to be wrong, but we'll see. And also, in the next week or two, I'm going to do a Cedar Fair one and run through the Cedar Fair ones to try to do some predictions. And then I got to look to see when all these other announcements, because I know Dollywood, and I just posted it on SFNEOnline's Facebook a little while ago. August 3rd, maybe. They're finally doing their announcement. Yeah, August 3rd. You just stay tuned on to Dollywood's site, and you'll find out all about 2019. So there's your first tidbit of news for the night. But Dollywood is going to announce on August 3rd all that, you know, all that work they've been doing over the last few years. Now you're going to finally find out what they're doing, which is nice. I mean, everybody's been seeing the site plans and all that stuff from the town as they've been getting approvals. So it's pretty much, you kind of know what's coming, but you don't know what the names are. You don't know exactly what it's going to look like, because there's been no artwork. There's been no nothing. So that I haven't seen anyway. I'm sure it's out there. But, yeah. So we'll see when August 3rd comes rolling around. We'll see what they got. Matter of fact, that's a Thursday, maybe? Friday? Thursday? Friday? I don't know. I don't have a calendar in front of me. I don't know. But yeah. So, like I said, we're going to do that, and then we'll talk about rumors. We're going to also talk about Ace Preservation Con coming up, because the deadline's coming up. I'll go over all the details on that when we get to that, so that way you can, you can, if you feel like you want to go, and then, there's still, the deadline's coming up. This weekend we'll be at Lake Compound, so we'll talk about that. The following weekend we'll be up in Maine, and we'll also talk about that. We're going to talk about Palace Playland. We're going to talk about Quasi, Kennywood, Luna Park, Carowinds, some news from Busch Gardens Tampa, some stuff about Six Flags New England. So we'll get into that. And plus, whatever you guys like to throw in there. What's up, Marcus Bean? What's up, dude? So yeah, and as we keep digging and digging and digging, and the good thing is I've been starting to do a little digging earlier than usually. I would, like the day of the show, I would just look up real quick. I'd just scour everywhere I would get news, Screamscape, Facebook pages, and Amusement Today, and all that stuff. Any which way I could get news, and then whatever caught my eye that I actually wanted to talk about, that's what I would do. And my mouth is killing me right now. Not like bad. I had a filling done about 2 o'clock today, and it's got like this weird little throbbing pain. Actually, not even in the spot where they worked on. I don't know what they did to my mouth. I don't know what they did to me, because they did the bottom, and the bottoms don't hurt. It's the top. I got a throbbing pain in the top. I don't know what they did to me. What did the dentist do to me? Oh. and it feels weird in my mouth. And they were making me go, ah, 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 you know, bite down and then chomp, ah, and then grind. Ah, ah. I kind of felt like I was an angry dog at the dentist, and then I couldn't because my mouth was all numb, and I felt like somebody punched me in the face, and my lip was like, I was a mess. So Costa Kev, are you going to the event, or are you just going to chill in Maine? Because I think that's when the event is, the 21st. That's where I'll be at Palace Playland, and I'll also be at Funtown Splashtown. I'm just getting my kids' coaster count up. So you're going up, but you're not doing the event. I get you. I get where you're going with that. Yeah, you know what, William Loud? I agree with that statement. I totally do. Did something to make you come back to spend more money. I have to actually go back Tuesday. I don't know if you remember, I don't know, a month or two ago, there was a couple teeth that I had broke. And, you know, on each side. I had broken some because of the dentist I had back in the day messed up my teeth in the back. So they did this side like a month or two ago. And then on Tuesday, they're going to, there's just like little pieces of teeth left that broke off. So now that I'll be good for the show Thursday, but Tuesday's just going to suck. I mean, it sucked when I had it out, and then it was funny because the last time it was done, I was on a Tuesday. Jessica came over and I cooked food, and then I felt like all weird and like you know, and then I was like going you know, on the one side because I couldn't chew on that side, so then I had to go do, I don't know. I'm not one, you know, I gotta say, from when I was a kid and a teenager and early 20s going to the dentist, it was like going to a torture chamber. And then now it's a lot, not to say the dentists are great, but it's not so much of an unpleasant visit anymore. Because, like, I can remember when I had a root canal in my front tooth done for the second time, because the first guy messed it up, just the sounds of the drills, and it just drove me insane. And now you barely hear them, and it's just a more pleasant experience. And that stuff that they numb your gum before they stick the needle in is flavored now. Before it was just, they just jab you with a needle. But now I get pina colada flavor, so it's kind of good. I don't get drunk off of it, but at least it tastes good when they're numbing your gum. So it's good. Got to do what I got to do. Most of my family will be at the event. Please remind Devin that he made a promise to come on the show. I don't think Devin's going to be doing that tonight, only because the kids aren't supposed to be using internet privileges today. They are cleaning because they're little disgusting little pigs, so they're cleaning. And so they're going to be cleaning. So they'll have to come on the show next week. So, all right, so let's get into the news. So we're going to start off with Quasi. I seen this thing, come in from my email, so I figured if people want to have a birthday party at Quasi, they got a couple packages. You can get the Supreme package, which is the top one, includes 10 slices of pizza or hot dog and fries, 10 all-day ride and splash wristbands, 10 dessert tickets, 10 Laser Maze tickets, 2 pitchers of soda, 10 souvenir cups, 1.5 hours in a covered pavilion, and $39 each additional person for $450. Then they got the next one down, which is the deluxe package. Includes 10 slices of pizza, 10 all-day wristbands, 2 pitchers of soda, hour and a half in a covered pavilion. It's $28.75 each per person for a pizza party, or $29.50 for the hot dog party. And all packages include free parking, paper goods, and a bouquet of balloons. Oh, man. Last filling done without I need Novocaine, man. If I could, I'd get knocked out. But they don't do that. I guess you're going to have like some serious surgery being done if they're going to knock you out. Even when they were pulling the couple of teeth out over here in the back, they don't knock you out. But actually they say they prefer that if the tooth is broken instead of whole, it's easier to get out. Which I can't understand how, because there's nothing to grab. But they can wiggle it out and it comes right out. I was in and out of there like quick. Usually in the past, when you had dental work, you'd be in there for 2 hours instead of 30 minutes. It's nice. Also on the Quasi front, Thursday, July 19th, Wings and Things. So for $20.99 or $11 for season pass holders, They got the menu served from 5:30 to 7. Includes wings, veggie burgers, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, coleslaw, soda, tea, mac and cheese, potato salad, French fries. Check-ins at 4 p.m. and you can go to their website to purchase tickets. So if you're a fatty like me, or you just like to eat wings and things, and you got nothing to do on Thursday, July 19th, which is next week, next Thursday, by all means, go hit up Wings and Things. Next thing on the list is Kennywood. So last week we all saw, and I believe we talked about this, I'm not sure, but they had the scratch-off thing was the first part of the clue, for what's coming. And then also they started the word search now. And for those that would like to take a chance at trying to be the first to ride whatever this is, the first 12 people that guess it correctly will get the first riders, and the announcement is coming at the end of this month. And all the fingers are pointing towards a roller coaster. Which one? What's up, John Cafaro? Whatever ones are coming, nobody knows exactly what it is. There's all the speculation, and you start a new diet today, Coaster Kev. What kind of diet did you start? So I don't know what it is. I'm probably going more with a steel coaster than a wood coaster. What kind? I have no idea. I've been seeing kind of like a layout, but not like, not like animated, like, they would show when they announce it. Just kind of something going around. And I will just leave it at that until I see what it is in its announcement. But I'm just glad to see that Kennywood's getting something big. Like the last major big thing besides Black Widow, was the rocket there. The little, I can't think of the name of it, but you get what I'm saying. But still, Brett Infinite Coasters has a twisted video on it. Well, yeah, see, I keep trying to check out everybody's channels when I get time. Like I've always said before, I want to work with as many channels that want to work with me. Maybe people are like, guy, get out of here, you smelly fat guy. But still, I've had a lot of even people that are less popular than me go, hey, let's do something, and by all means, when we can get together, let's do it. Plus, I just like to see other people's opinions besides my own. I've been seeing a lot of people come out with some good videos, and it always used to be like the same few, and now there's more and more people are growing their channels and going crazy. I'm still trying to figure out how to grow mine better. It could be lack of video. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's me. Maybe people don't like me. I don't know, but we'll see how it turns out. We'll see. So we'll keep an eye on the Kennywood thing. I don't know exact date when they're announcing it, but we'll find out. Luna Park, they added a new pirate ship. It's called the Coney Clipper. So those that are going to the Luna Park event that's coming up in a couple weeks, and if those that want to go need to talk to Luco, and you can you can check out when you want to go and all that stuff. I use Twisted too much because I do. I use Instead too much because of SFNEOnline newscast. Yeah, the one problem that I do see, I probably want to say that's probably like a Disney newscast thing. There's way too much Disney stuff out there. Way too much Disney stuff for channels. I see the Disney stuff being totally oversaturated. I don't know which one and who to watch and what to look at. It seems everybody has a channel about Disney and their adventures at Disney. Obviously a lot of locals to the areas. Some aren't even locals from other. I've seen some from England. I've seen some from other parts that are nowhere near a Disney. I know everybody loves Disney, but I just see too much of it, which is kind of weird. When can you have too much of something? But I feel because there's too much, I'm missing out. Because I keep, especially with this small YouTuber movement going on, and I found a lot of great YouTube channels because of it. That I probably would not have found otherwise, which is great. Different video games, some anime stuff, video game stuff, for stuff that I like to watch. So the movement is actually doing pretty well. So I found a lot of stuff people have found me and they're like, oh, this is great. So it's a win-win, I guess, for all. Busch Gardens, Tampa. This is a weird thing. During the 4th of July, a guest was struck by a stray bullet. It looks like to be like the bullet came from another neighborhood, not from inside the park. It was like a celebration thing going off during the fireworks. Somebody in a nearby neighborhood was shooting a gun off, evidently, and a bullet came in and struck a guy. And the guy was walking and then felt pain and was bleeding. They went to the first aid and all that and had all that good. Nothing serious that I've heard of at the moment, but still pretty crazy that somebody got struck by a stray bullet while they were at the park. That's kind of crazy. I got Karen was talking about the new coaster and all the different teases, so we'll get into that with the rumors mill, because that's in the rumor mill, the rumor thing going around. What else do I got here? Palace Playland. The other day, which was Tuesday, they started construction on Wipeout, which was the kiddie spinny coaster. You can have too much of a good thing that is called vodka. Well, you could. So they started, and by around like 11 midnight or so, Dave, everybody knows Dave Medore, sent me pictures of basically the coaster track was completed, and the trains were on the track already, and it's looking possibly tomorrow or one day coming up soon that everything on it will be done. So most likely, but don't hold me to it, but there's a good chance that that weekend it should be open and you should be able to get the credit. I haven't seen an opening date yet. I'm waiting, one, on Dave to tell me, and then two, with the park to make the announcement when it's coming. So I don't know, because Dave works at that park part-time in the arcade. So, when he's there working, he snaps pictures and sends them, and then we put them up. So be on the lookout. As soon as we find out that it's open, I will let everybody know. And fingers crossed for, obviously not this weekend, but next weekend up in Maine, that we get that credit. Plus, Palace Playland, even without the credit, is still a great, neat place. It's, you're overlooking on the Old Orchard Beach, and you get to ride Sea Viper, and you get to enjoy the park. They got some great stuff over there. And then you get to go to Funtown Splash Town afterwards. So, I see it as a great day. Regardless, either way, it's going to be a fun day. I can't wait. So, it'll be great. It's going to be great. All right, so the Six Flags New England tidbits that I got going on here. If it's operating at the event, I will be number 2, and the rest of the attending family will be number +3 coaster count. Well, that's cool. It'll be cool, man. All right, so Six Flags New England food. These are just events coming up that I wanted to kind of make everybody, aware and put in their mind of things coming up. Because I'm going to be attending these things. So, Food and Brew Festival starts July 20th, goes all the way to the 29th. So, if you want to partake in it, what happens is you got to go online, you got to buy these tickets, and they can be used for the food and the drink. It's not, you can't use your meal plan, and you can't use cash, because I found this out for July 4th Fest. They had that Thrill Shake, but you couldn't because you had to buy the book with the tickets. I didn't have the book with the tickets. I just wanted to buy the Thrill Shake. Couldn't do that. But in any case, so you need to buy these tickets, and then the tickets cost XYZ. And I don't know if the amounts are up online yet or if they're going to be, so on and so forth. We're going to find all that information out, and we're going to try and get to the park. I may have to go during the week because my weekends are pretty much full. Because that weekend that it starts, I'm in Maine. Looks like you're drooling. I don't know. I could be. I don't know. But at least my mouth isn't numb anymore. I mean, it was numb up until about like an hour ago. But now the tooth hurts. It's not even the... It's weird. There's the top one that hurts. And then the bottom one is the one that got worked on. I don't know. I'm dumbfounded by it. So, there's that. Kids Fest. You can bring all the little kids. August 17th through the 19th. So you bring the little ones and enjoy it. I don't know exactly what they have going on for Kids Fest. That is yet to be known. So we're gonna go and make sure that you know, we'll cover the event. No, they had like this meal thing going on for like $50 during July 4th Fest if you want, like where they had all those, like you were saying, you know, that thing that was, you know, when you sent me on Facebook the picture of the pricing and all that stuff and the food that they had. You could not use your dining plan, and you could not use you couldn't just buy it. You had to buy that. It's like a book of food ticket. I didn't see what it was, but they had all the different restaurants and stuff around where you could pick up whatever food, you know, what was on that menu. It was like a weird thing. So when they do Food and Brew Fest, same rule applies. You got to buy these tickets. You can buy them online. And next week we'll go more in depth about Food and Brew, but I just wanted to kind of like kick off to kind of mark your calendar, because last year it was like a weekend thing, and this year it's like 9 days. So there's more days and more to eat, more to drink, different kinds of stuff that normally they don't have in the park. So if it's something you want to do, but I'm probably going to have to like play hooky from work and go during the week to go cover this, because my weekends are full. I can't go, and the bookending weekends of the event full. So looks like I'm going to have to play hooky so I can go. That's all right. I'll just play hooky and just go. Not worried about it. Worst case is I got to work while I'm at the thing. You would think cash only, not must pay. Yeah, it's weird. You just buy these things. So they have you know, they're just collecting the tickets at the, you know, your typical food stands at the park, and it's certain menu items for these ticket items only, which is kind of weird. You would think. I don't understand, and I would love to. I actually want to email the park and just ask this. Why not? I know it's Food and Brew, and I don't understand. I don't know how it's set up, so to speak, but I like to understand why you just can't go up and pay like you normally do. Now, I can understand if you don't want the dining plan to be used because it's a special event. Get it? They're probably doing it because they're going to make more money on the event because it's a special event. It's not like an everyday thing, and it's not food that's all the time. I mean, I think before they had, like, you know, like the mac and cheese sandwiches, which you can get anytime, but I think like those are like during this time is like, okay, you got to use these, whatever these tickets are. Now, we didn't cover it last year. This year we're gonna cover it, and then we're gonna, you know, do our own so-called little food review things, and let everybody you know, see what it goes on, and I'll try to get up as quick as possible, even before the Thursday show next week, so that way there's still days left and you guys can see what we did and just kind of do whatever. That's all. And then lastly, on July 18th, which is next week, they're doing a National Sour Candy Day with Sour Punch. And then, you know, if you buy, you know, you show a receipt or a wrapper buying a Sour Patch candy, you can get ERT and stuff. So that would be cool. All right, so let's get into these rumor things, because the rumor things, there's not much to it, and then we'll get into the predictions, and then we'll talk about Ace Preservation Con that's coming up, because did I even write that? I thought I wrote that down. I didn't write that down. I thought I did. What's wrong with me? I thought I wrote that down. That's all right. I could just pull it up and then read it off. No big deal. So anyway, so I got I got 3 rumors. I think we've talked about them in the past, but I want to talk about them, and then if you guys heard other things about the same thing, by all means, join on in, and then we'll do our predictions. So you could down in Texas, you could purchase either a 6-item sampler or a 12-item sampler with cash, or use one of your meals and your snack from your dining pad. See, that's cool. I don't know why. I didn't really like get into it because I wasn't, you know, I was there on 4th of July. I was there to go in the, you know, in the water park and then see the fireworks and see the after party. That's all I went. You know, and we did ride some rides. So, and I think Me and Jeremy shared a chicken finger at the water park because it was just so crazy busy, like hour and a half, 2 hours to wait for food in the water park. And then like we went and we ate dinner afterwards, which there wasn't really a wait, which was great. It was like everybody and their mother was in the water park, and there wasn't much going on in the dry park. And then, you know, people were there for fireworks, and then if you weren't there for the after party, everybody bailed out because obviously the fireworks were at the end of the night. So it was kind of crazy. So anyway, so rumor mill, it's, you know, these are things that we've talked about. So Carowinds, there's a lot of clues going on. The signs are somewhat pointing towards a Mack triple launch coaster. We don't know, but it's seen, and there's all these clues coming up, like Centurion. So I saw somebody, and I don't know who did this. Yeah, I saw something about the Hershey thing getting a new Hyper 2020. Here's the thing. I don't know what they're getting, but I know they're going to be expanding that whole bigger area that they got now. And was it 20, 22 acres, 21 acres or whatever? I know they're going to be changing, especially with Hershey, they're going to be changing stuff. But we'll get into that one in a minute. So Carowinds, I don't know what you guys think about the Carowinds thing. I mean, everything's pretty much, you know, starting to come out. There was another thing I saw a little while ago saying about Granny's recipes. They take 2 minutes and I want to say like 34 seconds to cook. Somebody circled that, and then something was going to launch, whatever, like the menu, and then somebody circled that. I wish I knew who the source was so I could credit them, but I don't remember where I saw it because everybody's been sharing it. But yeah. So there's a lot of different clues and things being hung up around the park for clues about Carowinds. And it'd be nice to see what they have going on, because at the end of the day, Carowinds was kind of like just there. And then they added Intimidator, and then they added Fury 325, and now they're going to add this. You know, they added some water park stuff. The one thing that I'm mad that they did, and I can't really like comment either way if it's good or bad, but you know, they have Plants vs. Zombies, but before it was Plants vs. Zombies, it was a SpongeBob ride. And I rode that thing like a million times during CoasterCon in 2012. I loved it. It was just like a motion thing. You know, like an example, like Minions at Universal Orlando is the best way I can explain that. Or like what Grand Adventure used to have in their motion sim, you know, thing. One of those kind of rides. You know, the seats move around and you're looking at the screen. But now it's Plants vs. Zombies. I haven't done that yet, and I want to see what they, you know, what the ride does. I mean, it's been there for a few years now, but I like SpongeBob. I'm sorry. You know, I was so excited. I was like a kid in a candy store. I was like a little 5-year-old when I saw SpongeBob. It was great. They ran out of wood, so this is 100% steel. Mystic is all wood. Twisted is 50-50 or so. Yeah, I would say that. But yeah, you know, yeah. So I'm interested to see when they. I don't know when the announcement's coming for Carowinds. I'm excited to see what they have. I'm glad that Cedar Fair finally is investing. You know, they're getting the hotel, and they've been doing a bunch of stuff at Carowinds. So I'm glad to see that they've invested. I wish they would do that to a bunch of other parks. We talked about Dorney like a week or two ago about the wooden coaster. That was the last that I've heard of about that. So there's nothing more on that. Kennywood we already talked about. Six Flags Magic Mountain. We talked about this like a week or two ago, and from that, all I've been hearing is $20 million and a steel coaster. Other than that, I haven't heard much. I don't know who's making it. I don't know what type of coaster it's going to be, but it looks to point in that direction of a steel coaster. I don't know if the budget's exact. I don't know what. I mean, you could get something pretty decent for $20 million bucks. But that's what I'm hearing. And then lastly, I mean, everybody's been beating this to dead with a dead horse. Canada's Wonderland with a dive coaster. Is it going to be record breaking? You know, people are trying to say, is it going to be bigger and record-breaking than Valravn? How tall is it going to be? There's lots of speculation going on with different fan sites out there saying, oh, it's just going to be a regular dive coaster. Oh, it's going to be big. Oh, it's going to break records. Oh, it's going to... It just looks to be like it's a dive coaster. And other than that, I don't know much. Track is starting to show up on site. I've seen the pictures of that. So time will tell on that whenever that gets announced. I know Cedar Fair, for the most part, doesn't do like announcement day like Six Flags, and it's just whenever. But I'm sure it's going to be coming up around the Six Flags announcement time. And we'll see what happens with those. But those are the only rumors that I had that I wanted to kind of point out. And I don't know what anybody else thinks. I know I'll start talking about predictions, and then people will start chiming in as I'm going on. But also Hershey Park, just like John said, there's a lot of there's a lot of things going on for Hershey for 2020. It will be the biggest dive coaster in the park. You got that right. No, that coaster won't be up when we go there. We'll have to make another run for that. That's the track is just laying in the parking lot, and that's going to be 2019's attraction, not this year's. So we will not see Canada's Wonderland new attraction. We might be able to see track going up. We might be able to see track laying around, but we won't. It won't be there for our enjoyment. But yeah, again, Hershey Park. The rumor is they're going to move that entrance so it's closer to Chocolate World, which would make sense. New entrance. And then they got, like I said, they got like 20-something acres to play around with. That they can, like, do whatever, you know. I've heard Hypercoaster. I've heard all different kinds of, you know, I heard of RMC. But I also heard Wildcat over there is going to get an RMC job. I don't know. I don't know what Hershey has exactly in the plans, because they haven't, like, when they went to the town to get all the permits they needed to do for, like, drain work and utilities and stuff, they didn't say anything about the rides because they wanted to keep that hush-hush for now. Which is smart, because we all know, see, before, like, you know, the land of the internet, you never knew. All of a sudden it'd just be announced, oh, new ride, blah, blah, blah. And that's how you knew. You didn't have people snooping around. And, you know, nothing's a secret anymore. Everything is just like, people want the information, you know, 2 years ago, not now. You know, you're already late to the game if you're talking about it now instead of back then when everybody's sneaking around. Because everybody knows it takes 18 months, 3 years or whatever to get the ball rolling. Most parks, I don't know if all, but most have like a 5+ year plan. And I've seen one 5-year plan for Six Flags New England that was sent to me that I probably wasn't supposed to have, but somebody sent it to me. I didn't ask for it. I didn't even know it existed. But I saw what a 5-year plan looked like. And I wish I could find that file. I got to have it somewhere on some hard drive. I know I got to have it. I know I just didn't up and delete it. It'd just be nice just to see, you know, it showed Goliath and it showed all these different rides. And every single ride in that 5-year plan came to fruition. It just, the years were a little different. You know, like it might have been like, you know, like 2013 was supposed to be a roller coaster but ended up being a water park, and this was supposed to be a flat ride and then it's a coaster. But then this year it was a flat ride and it was supposed to be, you know what I mean, whatever it was, but it showed everything in their 5-year plan, and it was just kind of reversed in time. It's kind of weird. It was cool to see, but I haven't seen one since then. All right, so let me get into my predictions. Like I said, I have no inside information on this, so I don't know yay or nay. I don't know. All right, so I want to start out at Six Flags America. I'm going to say it's either going to be a flat or more water park. I don't know how to run with that, but I do feel within the next couple of years something big is coming there. I don't know how big, but more than what they've been getting. And the only reason why I say that is during CoasterCon, we did the behind-the-scenes tour. The maintenance guy that was walking us around by Raw and, you know, in between Apocalypse and, over, you know, by Superman over there and Batwing. And while we were over there, you know, something came up and it kind of, like, when he said it, I was like, ah, okay. It was kind of like, maybe it was like a hint, but not a hint, you know, kind of like, I'm saying this and hopefully you don't catch on kind of thing. And what this person had said was, you know, hey, make sure you, when the survey comes out, say great things so we can get something over here. You know, we got a lot of space in between. Well, it was between Raw and Superman, so something in that area they could probably put something. So that kind of struck, and I was talking to him, and I said, hey, you got plenty of room in between Batwing and Superman and over here. You could put something big. And I told the guy, I'm like, I see a bright future for him, and I know a lot of people give Six Flags America a lot of crap, and I believe it's unwarranted. You know, they've come a long way since even 2014. When was our last time, and I feel that they've stepped it up. I know that they still have issues, but the park looks a lot better than it used to, and they've done a lot of great work, so I applaud them. So I'm hoping that Six Flags kind of doubles down and gives them something really good. That's what I'm hoping. All right, so Six Flags Great Escape. I'm just going with more water park. They got a flat. They're not going to put anything big, crazy thrill ride. You're not going to see anything like a Sky Screamer or a Cyborg. You're probably not even going to see anything like Harley Quinn's, you know, like up here. So, what's up, Theme Park Studios? So, I feel that they're going to get more water park stuff. This year, they got the, you know, the flat ride. I don't see them going back-to-back with flat rides. I could be wrong. The water park is their bread and butter. That's where all their money comes from, is the water park. So, I'm going water park. They're going to keep feeding... You know, feeding the machine, feeding what gives them the money. While I would like to see them expand more, get another roller coaster of some type, something, you're just not going to see any big, huge, crazy investment in the park. It's just not going to happen. Six Flags Over Texas, I feel they're going to get a water park ride. You know, they've had the Joker, they've got... They're Harley Quinn. You know, they got all these. You know, if you look at what they've done, if you see, you know, what they've done in the last like 4 years, I feel a water park ride's coming. It's Texas. It gets hot. You need water park rides. That's what I feel Texas is getting. I feel Fiesta Texas is gonna get some type of flat. They got the coaster this year. I just feel that. This year is going to be some type of flat. What? I don't know, but that's just what I'm feeling. You know, it's going to be, like, you know, it could be like a... I don't know exactly because I've never been to Fiesta, Texas. I've been to Over Texas, but I haven't been to Fiesta, so I don't know what their ride lineup is like. So, I don't know what they're going to get. Tomahawk was removed before Holiday in the Park. The teacups are there now, if not mistaken. Are you talking about Six Flags New England? Tomahawk wasn't removed at Six Flags New England. It's still in Crack Axle Canyon. What we have in what was removed, if you're talking about Six Flags New England, what was removed, that would have been Buzzsaw, but that was still running during Holiday in the Park, and the teacups are in that spot now. Tomahawk's still in Crack Axle Canyon, and where teacups were is Harley Quinn. But I'm not sure if you're talking about New England or not. Six Flags Magic Mountain going with the coaster. Do I think SFNE will expand land-wise? They have land. Here's the problem. They have like another 100 and change acres, but where the land is, it's really tough to build on. It's wetlands, so there's a lot of red tape in building that. So basically, for them to build and expand on the wetlands, there's a lot you got to go through. You got to make sure you're not moving the flow of water. Who's that? Oh, hey, Devin. Your friend Liam there was like, oh, you got to be on the show. And he's like, no.
I got things to do.
No, the teacups were where Buzzsaw was over in, over by Rockville. Buzzsaw was removed. Teacups got put there. Teacups where it was, which is now Gotham. Teacups got put where Buzzsaw was. Harley Quinn is now where Teacups is, and then the slingshot ride got moved over in front of Mind Eraser, and is now called Nightwing. I know it's like a big crazy like moving of chess pieces, but to hi Danielle, even though it's Jessica Vitti, that looks like a piece of ziti. Name. Who's that? Oh, it's you. But yeah, so the whole thing is they got land, like even behind like Blizzard River and then down by the picnic area. There's 100 or so acres that they can play with, but it's a matter of, do they need to use it, and two, when they use it, how much red tape, because you can't move the flow of the water that flows through. So if they can build something without changing it and endangering the environment, they can do that. Where did I leave off on these predictions? Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, flat or the water park. They're getting what they call a coaster, which is still like a fireball, just like a double fireball. They're calling a coaster. I still call it a flat ride, but that's my opinion. Not others. The manufacturer calls it a roller coaster. Six Flags is calling it a roller coaster. I guess it's a new type of roller coaster, but who knows? I will check your finishing after the show, mister.
Handheld things, do not done.
Well, you better go do your little thingy things. Oh, that pile right there is going to go up. Blankets, towels, pillows, go in the closet. I don't hear any laundry going. See, this, you're supposed to, you have kids and they're supposed to do things. See, like he's hiding there. He doesn't want people to see him. He's hiding behind the door over there. Hey, don't bang the door. What did that door do to you?
It's already broken.
That door is not broken. The other side of the door is broken.
There is no other side of the door.
I know, because you broke it.
I didn't break it.
You broke it.
I did not.
I say he broke it.
You probably broke it when you kicked stuff.
He broke it.
I didn't break it.
All right, so Six Flags Great America thing is a little tricky. It could go a bunch of ways. They got a lot of, they took out that theater, so it could be a flat ride. They could be adding more stuff to the water park, or it could be a coaster. I don't know. It's a good piece of land that they could do something with. Could it be a single rail coaster? Could it be, I don't know what it could be. I'm kind of stumped. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm saying a flat or a new coaster. That's kind of what I'm going with. Six Flags St. Louis, they're going to get a flat. What? I don't know. After seeing Harley Quinn, I would call it a power. I mean, yeah, you would call it a powered coaster. It's not the traditional roller coaster is something that, it goes up and then it just coasts the rest of the way through gravity without any power. It's just coasting. Rides like the Fireball and this one there, the Harley Quinn one that's up at Discovery Kingdom, it's powered the whole ride. It's not like it just goes up and coasts. It doesn't do that. It's powered. It's kind of like the Dragon coaster. I believe, the Dragon coaster at Canopy Lake. It's powered. It's not. Same thing with the Spinny coaster. Well, not really, because the Spinny coaster, that's powered to go up the hill and then it coasts down and then comes back up and powers. But still, the Dragon coaster is pretty much powered. This powered coasters, that's kind of like I have a hard time considering like Black Diamond at Knoebels or Blazing Fury at Dollywood coasters, because realistically they are a dock ride. But then they have an area where it coasts down the hill without power. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
I didn't see you bring anything up.
It'll be done in a minute. Let me do my own coasting.
Oh, see, he's doing his own little roller coasting for you. Look at that. You can see Devin do his roller coasting on a chair. He's roller coasting in the basement. If you hit a pinball machine, so help me God. If you crash into a pinball machine and break something.
What if I crash into that thing that cost you so much money?
Don't you leave Harley Quinn alone. What did she do to you?
Made me carry it around.
You didn't carry it around.
Yeah, I did. I carried a piece of it.
What did you carry?
The base.
No, didn't
No, that was me.
No, that was Brandon Allen that carried the base. Yeah, it was.
I carried something. I remember carrying something.
You carried nothing.
And okay. Please take my spot.
What's this?
Pictures from Nana. You're supposed to really sit on the chair and just roll around. Okay.
Oh, pictures from Nana. Oh, here's one of me. I'll show everybody that one in a minute. Going down memory lane real quick.
They're all yours.
I kind of remember these people. I don't remember who they are.
I'll take this one.
Let's see what else there is. Oh, here's another one of me when I was a kid. Another one. You guys are gonna laugh. I got something for you guys. Who wants a good, quick laugh? I know this has nothing to do with the show, but these are pictures that my kid Jeremy gave me that because they were at my parents' house. So here's. Hang on, let me
come back downstairs for your crap. Actually,
hang on, let me do this. So here's this. That's me as a kid with my grandparents.
Ooh, let me see.
So that's when I was a kid. This is when. Look how fat I was on the bottom, right? No, this side. Look at that. Look how fat I was. So I'm moving. So the little baby is Devin. That was his first Christmas. That was he was like a month old in that picture. You can see my father, which looks like Uncle Ray, and then my grandfather, and then my brother. And then this was when I was in high school band. We had to wear tuxedos, so there's my grandparents. Not that anybody cares. And then here's me again. Me and my mom. Oh, wrong way.
Ain't that dark hair?
Nana dyes her hair like every 50 different ways. This is I want to say this was back in Florida in like '94. Get away from my peanut M&Ms. Get away. So yeah, that's that. All right, go bring the stuff up and go buzz off, man.
I'm here to do a hostile takeover from your show.
There you are. Yeah, see? Well, he left. You care, but most of the people don't care about me as a kid or me being extra fat. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about me when I was extra fat.
You told me to come down here and tell you a hostile takeover.
Who?
Jeremy.
Well, good. I'm telling you to go do your job because if it ain't done by the time the show's done, you ain't going on your special 2-week trip. So if I were you, I would
get his stuff. He's coming back down.
Get your stuff. Why you got to do it when I'm doing this?
Because that's what children
kids.
are
See,
for.
kids. Those that don't have kids, keep your private parts in your pants. Forget kids. Cut them off. They're gonna aggravate you to death. I love my kids.
Yeah. Here, game plan. Come here.
Yeah, game plan. Go take the stuff.
Jeremy, all this is yours.
Give me a hug. No, you both are gonna take it up. I'm gonna choke you to death.
Mine. This one,
I don't know. There's no. This is yours and this is yours. You grab it and you take it up, or I'm gonna get an axe and cut your legs off.
Please, make Devin hurt.
And then throw you in a river because you ain't gonna be able to swim.
Ha! No, he'll be Trevor.
Anyway, so let me get back to my. What I was doing before I was rudely interrupted. I did not. He has a shirt and a jacket on. Yeah, he's just.
You told me that.
I don't care what anybody said. Go up there and go to sleep or something. Go clean. Yeah, you can't until you're done cleaning, you pig. We don't get fooled again. No, no. Yeah, like I said, don't have kids because if you do, you're going to be trying to do something, they're going to aggravate you because they don't want to be slaves and they're trying to bust your chops. You know, it's just the way life goes. Sometimes kids, you just need to forget the kid part. Trust me. When I was at the park a couple weeks ago, I was on Skyscraper and looked at the extra land beyond Blizzard. They have a lot of room, but they are not supposed to touch so much woods. Yeah, they got to, because, yeah, like John says there has to be, it's wetland, so you have to keep so much X, Y, Z. They can build some. They can probably move a little bit. They got 100 and something. I don't know how much land they're supposed to keep. I don't know how much land is supposed to do whatever. No, I didn't get the Who reference. I was never a huge fan of the Who. I'm a huge fan of the Who pinball, but the pinball is based off of the play, not the band. Like, not the actual band thing. Well, it's off the band. It's not an actual album. It's the play. But yeah, no. Yeah, Too Late F3. I mean, we all know. We love our kids. I know we all love our kids to death and would go bend over backwards for our kids, but damn, they are a pain in the ass. Where did I leave off? Six Flags Over Georgia. I'm going with a flat on this because they just got their coasters RMC'd. They just had a big water park expansion. They're going flat. They're going flat ride. Six Flags Great Adventure. I'm actually hearing a rumor about an RMC single rail going there. I'm hoping it's not, because that's not a very good capacity ride for that park. But that's what I'm hearing. I'm actually hearing that. You know, you put your ear to the ground and you look around the fire. You know, you're sitting around the campfire and the rumors flying around. I'm hearing a single rail coaster over there. I'm kind of hoping it's not. I mean, realistically, they don't need another coaster for a while. They really need to start ramping up their flat package. I would, if I were them, I'd add another flat and then add a water park. That's what I would like to see them do. But I guess they're just going for another coaster, I guess. I hope I'm wrong on this, and I hope it was just, you know, kind of somebody just trash talking and say they're going to get a single rail. But people that I've been talking to that are in the know are saying, and I mean not park officials or anything, but you know, other fan sites and stuff have been saying the information that they're gathering is one of those single rail coasters. Which, hey Muffins, do you come to crash the party too? Huh? Yeah, Muffins is in heat. So now she's go play with Harley Quinn. Maybe Harley Quinn will satisfy you. I don't know. And then lastly, Six Flags New England. I'm going water park, and I'm going to say either a mat race, a slide, you know, like a big one, or a bowl slide. That's what I believe on the prediction side. Now, Darien Lake, they just got a coaster this year, so I think they're probably going to invest and put some like a flat package together. That's what I think they're going to do. I don't think they're going to go back to back with that. So I feel Darien Lake. I feel they're going to get a flat package of some type. I think Six Flags is going to up the ante and kind of put some more rides in there. Plus, I feel that with Darien Lake needs to, you know, a lot of work done, especially so that they can put the what they call the Six Flags stamp on, you know, to make it like a Six Flags. So they're going to have to do a lot of what I call park refurbishment. They're going to have to, you know, change, you know, do a lot of maintenance around the park. So a lot of the money is going to get spent there. So if they are going to add a ride, I feel a flat package is coming. They may skip adding a ride next year just so they can kind of repaint everything, get things going, get train. You know, like I heard Superman runs one train, maybe get the other train. I don't know if it's in maintenance. I don't know if it's they don't have one. They got to get one. So I feel there's going to be a lot of maintenance going on there. Frontier City, I would say probably a flat package too. I don't see them right away doing big, huge investments there. Maybe not for another year or two. Only because they got to get, you know, everything, you know, Six Flags, and, you know, they're going to have to do maintenance, and they're going to have to, you know, whatever the parks didn't do from their previous owners, Six Flags is going to do. So you're probably going to get retracked. You're going to get a lot of stuff, what we call behind the scenes, which, you know, tracking, utility work, painting, stuff that to the average person really doesn't matter. So I think it'll be another year before you get something really good. That's what I think. I could be totally wrong. I don't know, but that's... What do you guys think about my predictions? Do you think I'm off? Do you think I'm on to something? Do you know something maybe I don't know? You know, what do you guys think? You know, do you think it's the... You know, do you agree with what I say? Do you not agree with what I say? That would be that's what I want to know. And then also I am going to pull up, because I'm in ding-a-dong, and I didn't do this, about the preservation conference, Preservation Con that's coming up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull up the flyer, and we will talk about this. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Come on, flyer. All right, so the dates are August 3rd through August 5th for those that want to attend. It's at Indiana Beach Amusement Resort and Michigan's Adventure. It's a few hours in between each other. So the cost is ACE members are going to pay $132. ACE members Ages 3 to 11, 119. Non-member guests pay 165. Season pass holder discounts up to $73. Event fees include a $5 donation to the Ace Preservation Fund. All right, so where the deadlines, if you send it in a snail mail, it's got to be postmarked by July 14th or completed online by July 23rd. No registration will be accepted after July 23rd. There is no late or on-site registration. So where is... all right, so here's your tentative schedule. So what are you getting for the money? So Friday, August 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. is event check-in. 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. you can enjoy the park on your own. The mission includes unlimited visits through Dr. Frankenstein's castle. From 7 to 8:30 p.m. is a silent auction and group meal at the ballroom. 11:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. is light snacks and ERT on the Hoosier Hurricane, Cornball Express, and Dr. Frankenstein's castle. And this is at Indiana Beach. So then Saturday, you're going to, from 9:30 to 11 a.m. is ERT on Cornball Express, Lost Coaster, the Superstitious Mountain, and Steel Hog. There's going to be, to be announced, informal takeover of the Schaefer Queen paddleboat, a 30-minute trip. And then Saturday night, you got to get to Michigan's Adventure. And so from 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. is ERT on Shivering Timbers, Wolverine Wildcat, and Lakeside Gliders. And then it goes again Sunday from 10 to 11 a.m. is ERT on Shivering Timbers, Mad Mouse, Zach Zumas, and Big Dipper. Noon to 1 is a picnic lunch and silent auction. And then basically by 1 o'clock you're done. You can stay at the park all day if you want, but that's what you're getting for the money. You're getting all that stuff. And so if you want to go, you can do that. They have, if you go on the website, you can check out the flyer. It tells you all the hotel information, what's around there, what kind of deals you're getting, there's rates, so on and so forth. I don't know the distance between it's like 4 hours, I think, 6 hours, something crazy like that. I'm not sure the distance between. I know it's not like an hour or two. I know it's longer in between. And I know, there's usually not a lot of events at Michigan's Adventure. So if you're trying to get ERT at Michigan's Adventure and Indiana Beach, by all means, this is your opportunity to do that. You can hit it up. I know a lot of people are going to go do this event and they're going to hit up other things all around the other place. So I don't know if that's something that you guys are interested in. I figured I'd at least throw that out there. Yeah, I saw that. Santa's Village had a fire in their theater. So I don't know the extent of the damage. I don't know if it's a lot of damage, but it was a small fire. It was put out quickly, and they took care of that. So that was good. I mean, I would love to see a water park and a flat. They did that before. They used to do one wet, one wild, kind of thing. I wish they would do that at SFNE. They might do it because corporate seems to really like Six Flags New England, and they keep kind of like throwing us a bone, going, hey, I don't know. And I feel bad for John Winkler as they've been having a lot of issues at Great Adventure. I know they're working through them. Cyborgs is having, they're growing pains, and they can't keep that thing, working right. I don't know what's wrong, but I know it's down. It's going to be down for a while. I don't know how long. Could be a week, a month, the rest of the season. Tomorrow it opens. I don't know. I've heard a lot of stuff going on, a lot of issues. The lines have been long for getting in through security and in through the gate. It's been a rough season for Great Adventure. I heard overall people having a great time, and I haven't been yet this year. I'm gonna go for riding in the bull, and so we'll see what happens. I just don't know. I figured they put John Winkler there because they probably figured that every park has problems. We all know that. We all know this. We know that every park has their issues. There is no such thing as a perfect park. Even Disney and everybody else has their issues. There's nothing perfect about any park. There isn't. So they probably brought John Winkler in and said, hey, he could be the man for the job to fix all these issues and get it going. They saw what he did with Six Flags New England. And so we'll see what happens. I mean, I hope John can get everything, where it needs to be. It just looks like there's like a domino effect going on over there this year. But it seems in general, the industry as a whole just hasn't been having a great year, and you know, I think it's just more prominent with social media that you hear things more, information gets out quicker, and it just seems like this year just seems to be like this crazy like thing going on, and I don't know what's going on this year. I saw the financial report for Cedar Fair, and it was down, not a lot, like 2 or 3%. You know, revenue and attendance was down, but in-park spending was up, and they're still on, what do you call it, on the path to 4% growth or something like that. So we'll see how that works out. I know Cedar Point's breaking ground on an indoor sports facility so they can become a year-round destination. So it's weird with these, you know, the amusement industry is like in a weird place this year. And I know like the people that, you know, rate the stocks, they were like, oh, we're putting all the amusement stocks on a hold instead of a buy. They think it's because of the high gas prices and whatever that the industry isn't going to do good this year. I'm waiting to see what Six Flags financial thing looks like for the quarter. And yes, Coaster Kev, I wish Six Flags New England would get a dark ride. From what I'm hearing is corporate's done with the Justice League ride, so no more parks are getting Justice League rides. But if you look at all the like even last year, all the surveys that went out, they're going to have different dark rides going in different parks. And they're just not going to be like, what do you call it? They're not going to have they're not going to be like a DC or a whatever. It's going to be like what I would call like a generic theme. It doesn't have, it's not an IP. It's just like, you know, it could be zombies or witches or monsters or racing or whatever. I think that's just what you're going to see. And I do think Six Flags New England's on deck for a dark ride. For the size of Six Flags New England and what they have, they could do another flight or two and have a dark ride. And then keep expanding the water park as much as they can. And that park is pretty solid for its size and what it has. It's got a lot of coasters for its size. It needs more flats. It needs a few more things in the water park because that water park is getting crazy. I mean, when it's busy, you don't even want to eat because you're going to be waiting a long time. I know that sometimes they're understaffed. There's just massive amounts. They're hitting capacity more often than not. They need more stuff to do, and they need more restaurants. See, part of the thing that I noticed, for the most part, all the restaurants are dead smack middle, and that's where all the people go to eat. You need to spread out. You need to have a restaurant, you know, like where the Tiki Bar is, near Bonsai Pipeline and the Kiddie Wave Pool. And there needs to be another restaurant over there, like a big one, you know, like Cowabunga Burgers or the one with the you need another big one down that way. And then you need to have another one. You don't even need any more in the area. You need to start filling up that area to keep the people that way instead of coming this way. You need to somehow split the lines. You need to do something. Something needs to be done. It's getting crazy. And they need more slides. They need more capacity slides. They could even, I know it sounds crazy, but they could probably add another pool of some type. I know they got the pool with the kiddie wave pool. They have the big wave pool. They have the lazy river. They have the lazy river with the waves. They still, I think, need another pool. I think it's that busy that they can deal with another pool of some type. That's what I think, but that's what I think. Yeah, they need to put another big changing area back, like near the big wave pool. They need to have the one at the front. They need more food. They could do like another 2 food stands over there to get people. They need to split the people away. It's too congested by the big wave pool. You have the Schooner restaurant there. You have the one with the the pizza and the chicken fingers and the wraps. And then you have Cowabunga burgers, and they're all squished like right smack dab right there. And then you have like other little. You don't have anything big down the other end. It's all like little snacky things. You know, there's nothing really big, so everybody's coming to the main middle area. I'm sure they probably thought, well, the water park's not going to get that busy ever to work, and it is. It's getting that busy where they need to start putting food on the other end. They have room to do it. They just need to do it. I mean, as much as I would hate to see preferred parking go, that's the days on that are numbered. But I honestly, what they should be doing is all parking on that side, including employee parking, should be removed for water park or park, but mainly water park. That whole thing should just be huge water park. They can expand like crazy. They can bus, make them park across the street, and then they can bus them across the street. Not a big deal. You know what I mean? Just bring them. I know, like, the employees will probably complain and moan about it, but I think for the sense of the water park, that's probably the best way to do it. I know it sounds crazy, but and I've said this before. I think eventually the preferred parking and the employee parking will go bye-bye, and then they'll just use it all for water park. Even though my fingers are kind of crossed, some of that employee lot gets used for a new maintenance building, so they could take out the one that they have and then expand that for park and put rides over there. You know what I mean? And I'm sure Blizzard River at some point is going to go bye-bye for a roller coaster or something. They're going to remove the old stuff and then put the new stuff in. That's what's going to happen. You're going to start seeing things go away, things coming in, so they don't have to keep expanding out. And I know it's weird, but that's just what I keep seeing. It's a shame. All right, so before we go, we're not done yet, but we're almost done. But so this weekend is Ace Day at Lake Compounds. So, again, with this whole me running for Ace president thing, I'm proving a point with doing different things. So I'm going to do live broadcasts, pictures, whatever I can do. And then we're also going to film stuff, and then we'll make a video about it. It's me trying to prove a point that it can be done. For those that have not voted for the Ace election, I know you guys are sick of hearing this crap, but Sunday's the last day to vote. So after that, you don't hear about it. You'll hear about it one more time, one or two more times, probably. After the voting ends, and then once the announcement's made of who won, and then after that it's over. I know that I thank everybody for having to listen to me do all this other stuff. It's been a battle, but I made some great connections. I made a lot of new friends, and we'll see what happens. But it's almost over. So if you haven't voted yet for the election, and maybe you like me and you want to vote, by all means, vote for me. If you want to vote for Robert Ulrich, by all means, go vote for him. Just do your research. Make sure you just don't vote because you like someone. I mean, I'm thankful for all the support I get. Don't get me wrong about that. But do your research. You have until Sunday, whenever, to get your votes in. If you were thinking, hey, I'm not gonna, I don't care. You should care. It's your club. Just vote. Or even write in like Cookie Monster or something if you don't like either of us. Maybe Cookie Monster will win. I don't know. I'm just saying, vote, get involved. Let's take the club back. Well, I'm just saying, for those that haven't voted, you still have until Sunday to vote. That's just what I'm leaving it at that. So anyway, so we're going to do a bunch of stuff from Lake Compounds, so just keep checking out. I'm going to do it. I always keep saying I'm going to do stuff on the Twitter account, and I never do. Because not everybody that's, like a fan on SFNEOnline, on the Facebook goes to the Twitter account. Because there's technically two Twitter accounts, and one is being used by Zach, and then one's being used by everybody else. So the one used by everybody else, myself, that's the one that we use now. Like if you go and click on the YouTube or the website and you click Twitter, it goes to that one. It doesn't, that other one that Zach was using, Zach's just using that because that's just what he's used. And we're trying to get that handle, but it doesn't look like we're getting that handle. So the one that we have is the one that, and I'll pop it on the screen. So if you don't follow us on Twitter, where is it? That is the Twitter account. So you go there. That is the SFNEOnline Twitter account. So write it down, look at it, take a picture of it, whatever you got to do. And I know we've probably been slacking on this because I don't have the login. I know I can get the login for this, and I probably should do that and start updating that. I don't know if anybody does, but I probably should update that. I don't know. I'm not, see, like I said, I'm not good with the Instagram and the I've used Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. That's like my thing, I guess. It's what it's what I do. I'm not hip as to the kids with all this Instagram and Snapchat and whatever else it is. And then if you like, you can go to the website and join the forums. People, I got to check to see if anybody else has signed up for them. I haven't checked in a while. I've been slacking on that. I was checking during con, but I stopped for a while. You know, there's a lot. If you look there, there's a lot of secrets. A lot of secrets in the forums. A lot of stuff that we can't post on Facebook goes there. So you should just sign up, because there's a lot of cool things that you can't see on Facebook. And then if you haven't, you join that right there. You get to see all the cool things that we're always posting about, and you go, oh, maybe I don't want to go. Or whatever. You just join that. Anyway, so, again, we're going to do whatever on Facebook. I'm going to try to do stuff on Twitter. I can't guarantee it because I forget all about a lot of stuff while I'm out doing events, because I'm always, like, you know, rocking cameras, and I'm bringing one of my good cameras. I might bring my Sony one. I don't know. I might bring this one to Lake Compounce, and then I'll bring my water one, because I think I'm going to go to the, yeah, it's not, I think, I am going to go to the water park on, what do you call it, Saturday. But, you know, I'll take pictures and video, and we'll put things up and all that good stuff. That's what we're going to do. Hey, what's up, Sean? What's up, dude? Hey, we're all doing good. I don't know about you. No, that's not the waterproof one. This is the waterproof one. This one I'm going to take for the water park, and then I'll take the other one for the park. That I'll do. I mean, I could either take that, or I could take this one without the microphone on it, big clunky Canon, or I could take this. I could maybe take this. I don't know. I gotta think about it. And then whatever I gotta take, I gotta what do you call it? Charge up. And I'm gonna think about that after the show and figure out what. Nah, I'm not gonna be there Saturday. Because I'm going to Lake Compounce event, and then the following weekend we're doing Maine, and then the kids are going off the day after Maine for a 2-week trip with their mom. And then my kids convinced my mother to take them to Cedar Point, Knoebels, Hershey, and then they're going to go down to Florida for a week, and I think they're going to go to Tampa Busch Gardens while they're down there. So I think that's what they're going to do. So they're going to be driving all the way down to Florida and coming all the way back. God bless them. I would not drive to Florida. If I couldn't afford to fly, I would not go. I just couldn't sit in a car. I mean, unless I was going to go away for a month, then I could drive. You know what I mean? Like, I would need a month. Like, I would need like a week to drive down, a week or two to be down there, and then a week to come back. You know what I mean? Because I'm not just going to, like, drive straight there. That's how bad I am with being in a car. It doesn't matter how comfortable it is. It doesn't matter who's driving. I don't like being in the car. Cooped up in anything. An airplane, a train, a boat. Well, boat's okay because I can walk around it. But planes and cars, no, that's not for me. Definitely not. So, like I said, this weekend we're going to have Lake Compounce coverage from the event. And those that aren't ACE members and kind of want to see what it's like, by all means, you'll get to see a bunch of stuff. Following week, same thing with Maine as we go to Palace Playland and Funtown Splashtown. So, I mean, they're not big parks, so it's not going to take much to capture that. But we're going to have fun with it. It'll be fun. So again, thank you all for watching. If you haven't subscribed to it, click the button, click the notification thing. Make sure you go to Facebook or whatever and like and whatever. There's 5 million things that we do. There's going to be a lot of different things that we're going to try. I know I keep saying it, but I started writing things down and making a list of things to do. This video is coming out because John, that's in here, was our mystery box #2 winner. And we posted the pictures of him with the stuff. He absolutely loved the box, which was cool. I never know. When I'm making these mystery boxes, I don't know. Well, it's going to end in a few minutes. Not yet. Because it starts at 8:30 now instead of... I know a lot of people are still kind of like, oh, it's supposed to be 9 o'clock to whatever. But, yeah, we started around 8:30 now. See, the reason why I did that was because I was... Here's my problem. I do the show, and then I start editing videos, or I go, oh, I want to play pinball, or I want to do something other than go to bed. And then I end up not sleeping well. And then I end up getting run down and sick and grumpy and whatever. So now I do the show a little earlier. And then especially like when school's going on, I noticed when we were running later, like 10:30, 11 o'clock, that people were leaving the show because they had to go to bed because they had school the next day. So I figure if we do the 8:30 time slot, it's decent. And I know some people are still trying to get used to that. So that's what we've been working on. But yeah, it's an 8:30 time slot, and we'll see if people... I mean, at the end of this season that we do, if you guys hate the 8:30 time slot, let me know, and we'll go back to 9, and we'll see. But yeah, Skyrocket. Yeah, I heard there was a fire in the maintenance building of it with the launch, which is I love Skyrocket. Plus, for those that went to CoasterCon in 2010, we're all allowed one ride on Skyrocket because it wasn't open to the public yet. But they allowed us to get one ride each, and me, AJ, Carl, and my brother were on the first train out. They were literally peeling the plastic off the seats as we did. I honestly think, well, we all know they're getting a coaster. I just don't know what, we were talking about that earlier. I really don't know what coaster they're going to get. It's obviously not going to be an RMC. I think that might be, it's either, I honestly think it's either going to be a Mac or a Premier coaster. That's what I think. That's what I think they're going to get. What, I don't know if it's going to launch. I don't know what it's going to do. But I think that's what they're going to get. In the Heart of Hearts, that's what I think they're going to get. I don't think they're going to get... I mean, the rumor for the longest time, and even I was saying the rumor, you know, things that would, like, it was like being spelled out like an RMC. Kind of like, you know, like Lightning Rod. But that's not going to happen. So we don't know, but it's definitely going to be I think it's definitely going to be a coaster of some type next year. I can't see otherwise it not being. I mean, I know they're not going to put a log flume in. They just rip one out. So I can't see them replacing it when they could have refurbished what they had. With all the different, you know, the different spots that they're putting in for the poles, they are, what do you call it? It just looks like a coaster going in there. I'm taking a flat ride totally out of the running for any of it. I think it's going to be a Mac or a Premier coaster. That's what I think. A Mac Hyper like DC Ride, and a ton of airtime, no inversions, and injected non-inverting. You know, I think they're going to go without the inversions myself. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be a great ride. Whatever's coming, I think is going to be a great ride, especially for that park. Because I don't know how many of you have been to Kennywood, and if you haven't been to Kennywood is definitely one of those places you need to go. It's full of nostalgia. It's still got a lot of that retro, old time feel. You know, you still have them old time rides. Like look at Jackrabbit. It looks like nothing, but when you get that double down near the end, and when you're like practically standing up riding it with the way the restraints are, fabulous coaster. I mean, you have the Racer, which is crazy. You start on one end and come back on the other as it races. Great ride. You have Thunderbolt, another great ride. I mean, you got Phantom's Revenge, Skyrocket, even Exterminator is a great ride for an indoor miles coaster. Phenomenal. It's the best themed indoor miles coaster I've ever seen. But not only that, look at the collection of flat rides that Kennywood has. I mean, they've got an awesome whip. They have the Bayon's Curve. They've got all different, you know, they got Black Widow. There's all kinds of, you know, the Music Express. They got the Enterprise, which is Volcano over there. They got that running, you know, like last year, before, whatever. You know, they took from Lake Compounds and combined and made a Frankenstein version of an Enterprise, and it's great. Have fun at LC. Can't make it this year. I love Lake Compounds. I know it's small, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's small, it needs a ride. It needs more rides. We all know that, but there's just something fun. I mean, I don't go to Lake Compounds all the time, but I mean, if you look at ride selection, the place, the people, you know, like I love talking to Jerry Brick. He's a great guy. He's a straight shooter, nice guy. If he could tell you, he'll tell you. He's not going to give you a corporate answer like, oh, well, maybe stay tuned. You know, like he'll straight shoot with you. He'll tell you things that he's looking at. He'll give you hints for stuff. He's a great guy. And plus, like, if you look at, I mean, the work that they did to Wildcat, while it's not like perfectly smooth, still has its issues, it's still a great ride. I think it's a lot better than it's been in the past. I mean, before, it was a once-a-season kind of ride and done. Now, I don't mind re-riding it. Same thing with Boulder Dash and even Phobia. Love Phobia, especially without the fake safety restraints there. Yeah, I mean, when Boulder Dash trains collided, I mean, you could tell by talking to me he was pissed. Because everybody just kept asking him over and over and over constantly about Boulder Dash. I would get pissed. I mean, top-notch guy, kept us cool, tried to stay happy. And I even talked to him a couple days later after that event. And he's like, oh, I want to apologize. I'm like, dude, I get it, man. Really, Mock. So every time I hear people talking about it, I hear Mac. I've not once ever heard it. Even when I was at IAPA, I never heard Mock. Always heard it as Mac. But I mean, I can understand that because with being from Germany, that would make sense. You know what I mean? But I've always heard it as Mac. Which is kind of weird, but hey, it is what it is. I guess. Huh. Interesting. Definitely interesting. Yeah, there's so many. I don't know. I could reminisce all day about all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's just great being part of this whole thing, you know. And I'm glad that I've gotten to know all these people over the years. You know, when you get to meet people like a Jem McGrath and a P. Carmichael and a Jerry Brick and all these... the list goes on. I know managers change and people go to different parks and they come and they go and it's great times. I just, you know, like I always say, it's kind of like, you know, like when I go to Six Flags New England or I go to Lake Compounds, it's like an episode of Cheers. You know, you like to go where everybody knows your name. You just feel comfortable. You feel at home. I mean, I even like riding the boomerang at Lake Compounds. And now that they've done whatever they did to their flyers so that you can snap them now. Great train ride. Lake Compounds is starting to do good. And I had a laugh. I was looking at Twitter. I don't know how many paid attention to this. Probably not. Edaville responded to a tweet that I was tagged in that I was going back and forth with actually Costa Kev's brother. And then Edaville tweets back to me and him and says, hey, we'd like you to come visit. And then sent an email. But the email didn't work. So I emailed the park through the website. I still haven't heard back, but I was like, hey, I'd like to come visit and talk. And it's pronounced Coolmorden. Interesting to hear all the different pronunciations and stuff. So I'm trying to work it out with Edaville, so because now they just started doing this whole thing with the autism stuff, because that's like a new thing now that the parks are finally getting on board with, so that people that have children with autism or even adults with autism that like to go to the parks with all the sensory stuff, you know, they're doing sensory nights and all that stuff to kind of to help so that they can, you know, people with autism can have fun too, because I know it's tough. If you look at for those that don't know, Jason Velta, his son has autism, and I've seen when his son has like the best days, and I've seen him on when he's having his moments on the worst days. He's a great kid. It's just it's hard to, and I give him a lot of credit to be able to deal. I don't think I could. Maybe I could. I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I've never had a kid that had autism, but it's just one of those things. So I'm glad that the parks are getting on board and trying to do something for that. So I wanted to talk to Edaville about that. Plus, the last time I was at Edaville was in 2014. I went for Christmas, froze my butt off, but it was before they added Edaville. I mean, Thomastown. So I want to check it out when it's warm and not cold. And, you know, I want to tour the park with the park management, talk to them, interview them, have them show me around, and then be able to record all this stuff to bring it back to show everybody that how cool it is. It was like Sesame Street, you know, Sesame Place. I want to go back. It was like, when I walked into Sesame Place, and I said this before, it was like walking back into my childhood. And I know maybe Sesame Street is not as prominent as it used to be, maybe. I don't know. My kids don't watch it anymore, so I'm out of that whole loop. But I just felt like a 5-year-old again, or 2-year-old watching Sesame Street, being in Sesame Street and seeing the characters. And if you guys were there and you saw me, you would be laughing because I ran up to them like a little kid did and hugging them and taking pictures and having fun. That's what I did. And Leesburg is pronounced Leesabeg. Really? Eventually I got to get out today. I mean, I potentially could go to Germany next year because, what do you call it? Costa Crew is doing an event, an overseas trip for Germany. I know this year Ace is doing Japan. So potentially if I really want to go to Germany, I could next, but this, I got to wait for this election thing to be over to determine what I am and am not doing next year. Right now, as it stands for Ace event possibilities for Six Flags New England is during Fright Fest time. During Nor'easter, if you go back on this YouTube channel and you look for the Nor'easter events from this year and you click on Six Flags New England, oh wait, that might have been when they made us turn the cameras off when they were talking about Gotham City. Right now it is being worked on for Halloween with Russ sent out an email too. There's no date yet. They were trying to determine a date because they didn't want it to coincide with Phoenix Fall Fun Fest. So it's going to be after Phoenix Fall Fun Fest, but they're going to do behind the scenes in the haunts, do the the makeup thing, be able to go in through a haunt or two or whatever with the lights on, access to the haunts, a whole event with Fright Fest. So that's going to come up in October. So that's what's being worked on. I haven't heard much of it, and usually as it gets closer, I somehow get put into it with. You may have missed it. I don't remember exactly when it was announced about the event because there was a period of time that they made us turn the cameras off because they didn't want us recording anything about Gotham City, and they could have. I don't remember, and I haven't watched it since I edited it. I just remember the key points that was one of the things that was announced. So I'm just not exactly sure if it's in that video, if it's not in that video, but I know Russ sent an email out after that talking about it, and we haven't heard much since. I'll talk to Russ about it this weekend and see if he has made any headway on it or if they're kind of waiting on. I don't know what's going on. So it's gonna be fun. Fantasia Land. See, I got to get out overseas and go ride some stuff. I mean, I've ridden things in like Canada or in the Caribbean, and just not really like. I haven't crossed the pond yet. I'm trying to get over that fact that it's a long flight, and I don't like being enclosed that long. So that's my issue. And then the other issue is, if a miracle does happen and I actually win this election, and if there is a overseas trip that is not including Japan, well, then I gotta go, because I'd be the president, and I have no idea where they would go. So that's another thing to see what's gonna happen. I have no clue. But yeah, that's that. So again, don't forget, Saturday we're going to have lots of coverage on Lake Compounce. The following weekend we're going to have lots of coverage on Palace Playland and Funtown Splashtown, so we're going to do those. We're also going to be coming up in between all that. We are going to have the Food and Brew. And then August we're going to do Kids Fest. Obviously we're going to cover Fright Fest and Holiday in the Park like always. So all these other things going on. Also, we're going to do what Jessica has dubbed Hauntapalooza. So once the haunted house is open, we're going to start doing haunted house stuff. And so I don't know, I'm still working with Fairtown. What do you call it? To record that when they touch you and stuff. So that's definitely not going to, if that in fact does 100%, I mean, it looks like it's going 100%, but if that actually goes down, that's definitely not a family friendly video. I'm going to have to put a warning in front of that, and it's definitely going to be one of those videos that is not kid friendly. That's going to have a warning put up on it. I'm not even going to, if we can get to monetization, I'm not even going to try to monetize that video, because I'm sure it's going to get flagged by, so we'll see what happens. Now, I have talked to Jen McGrath, and when Kyle Kroger was working there, but now he's working in Great Adventure, about getting an event built up to the size of Riding of the Bull at Six Flags New England. I told her, I said, it's not going to be like hugely successful off the bat, because Riding of the Bull took like 2 or 3 to get start getting serious and popular. And I told her, I sent her flyers for the cost and what Six Flags Great Adventure gives Ace for the deals and the size of the event, and I told her how much it cost. I showed her the flyers. I gave her a couple flyers, and I said, this is the recent what they give us. And I said, if you can build an event of this magnitude, I said, people will come. People will pay the price, and people will do whatever. I mean, if you look at the cost for Riding of the Bull, I don't remember what it, 30-something bucks. For what you're getting for ERT and food and tours and stuff, that's a huge deal. That's crazy. That's a crazy, it's a no-brainer to do Riding of the Bull with all the stuff that you're getting. It's a no-brainer to do that. So why not just do that? It's kind of like the Coney Island Luna Park Fest that's coming up. Talk to Luco if you want to go, because the deal that they give you, it's a no-brainer to get what you're getting out of it. ERT, an all-day wristband, and all that. And plus you can add on for whatever it is for Dino's Wonderland, Wonder Wheel and a few rides over there. So you get the haunted house and some of the rides. It's like a no-brainer. Same thing with Rise Playland. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that can be done, and there's a lot of cool events. And because Jen McGrath wants us to have an event. I've talked to her a million times in the off-season. I talk to her all the time. So when I've had sit-downs with her in the off-season, I said, look, this is what members want. We want it. We want to be able to do. If the event is worth the money, the members will pay it. If you're getting a good event, and a lot of the complaints that I've heard from members were when they were doing these events, at Six Flags New England. They were sharing the ERT when it was like season pass holder ERT day, and people were like, you know what I mean? Like there was really no like crazy event, even if it was free. But people were like, hey, we'd like to have like an actual real event. So I've been trying to, in a respectful way, push for that and try to say, hey, you know what I mean? Like I've talked to Russ, I've talked to Jen McGrath, I've been trying everything I can to try to get an event going. So that's what I've been working on. I've been just trying to make sure that if it can get done, that's just what I'm trying to do. So who knows, you know? But I feel that between what Russ and Jen are working on for during Fright Fest is a great thing, because we didn't know if anything was going to happen this year. We didn't know what was going on, so it was just great to see. Because like last year they did it, and they didn't even charge us for the Holiday in the Park thing. What they did, and I thought it was great. Holiday in the Park. I had gone even before the event happened, and I was blown away by Holiday in the Park. Period. So when they had us do the event, and then we could record the show, which always is like max capacity every showing, which was funny. So there's a lot of things that the park does, and they're starting to finally like step up their game, which I like. So who knows? But we're gonna get going. If I see you Saturday, come say hi. If you're at the park, if you're at Lake Compound Saturday, make sure you come by, say hi, give me a high five, say hi, hang out, whatever you want to do, and we'll see you then. If not, we will. Oh yeah, that was cool. The party that Great Adventure had for El Toro. That was cool. So, and also, we'll be back Thursday, the same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be back with the next Grove show, and we will see you guys either Saturday or next week, and then we'll talk about Lake Compounds next week and whatever else comes up. So until then, I will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend, everybody, and keep on coasting, y'all. Peace.